So what's up, man?
Yeah, good.
All right. Family's good?
Yeah, everything's good. Everything's
Yeah.
lovely, man.
Yeah. Your kids, family, wife?
Everything.
What are they doing right now?
Right now, they're just enjoying a barbecue right now without me.
Without you? Without you? Man. Oh, the air conditioning. Woo! This is good. This is fantastic.
Check it out, man.
Damn.
So the magic happens.
This is an airplane. This is something that you see out of a, I don't even know.
So this thing was
name a
picked-
movie that this would come out of.
So this thing was picked up in Roswell,
Dude, what is this?
you know?
This is awesome. Yeah, dude. So tell me about this. What is this?
So basically, this is an automatic screen press.
Okay.
Basically, we screen print every garment. We do water-based. We do plastic sewing.
Okay.
This machine is capable of doing some pretty heavy runs.
Right.
So for small or large volume runs. So if you're ready for a trade show, you got 1,000 shirts, we'll take care of you the same day. You know, no problems.
So this here is for screen printing.
Correct.
Right? So this is Raul. He's with Threaded Merch. We're in here in Palmdale, actually.
Yep.
Right off the Sierra Highway, right?
Yep.
How long have you been in business?
Since 2005.
2005.
Yep.
Here.
In Palmdale, actually, it's been 5 years.
5 years.
5 years in Palmdale.
Got it. I mean, this is cool. You have a lot of competition, especially in Palmdale. I can name like a bunch of them.
Yep.
What got you started, and why is Threaded Merch so important to you?
Threaded Merch fills a need. The need is basically, back in the day, as a designer, art director, would sub out work, you know, in the industry for merch. And what started happening was I started noticing that a lot of screen printers were dropping the ball, or they had limitations, or they didn't care for a certain quality product. So I started teaching myself how to, you know, screen print. And as I started getting deeper and deeper into it, I started, you know, teaching myself water-based screen printing, plastic screen printing. I started teaching myself mesh counts.
Got it.
It sounds like crazy science to a lot of people, but
Sure.
the way I can say it is like you look at a OTV, right?
Right.
It's a low-resolution TV, and then you look at like a HD 1080, right? And then you look at a 4K TV, right? So I'm able to take a 4K type image, translate it into a garment, when they'll tell you the only limitation you have is maybe like a 100 DPI image, which is a low-res pixelated image.
Right.
I'm able to find a way to do that and make it so that it's not a sweat patch on your garment. You're actually going to want to wear it. I get very passionate about garments because everybody just thinks a t-shirt's a t-shirt.
Yeah.
When in reality, there's so many different fabrics that nobody even knows about.
Well,
you
sure.
know?
I mean, I'll go to Target or Walmart and I'll take a shirt and I'll feel
Right.
it, but to me, it all just feels the same.
Yeah.
But then it doesn't feel the same when you go to wash it, or you know, a year down the road, it doesn't look like how it did before. So you're
Right.
about to go get another one because it faded. And when you're purchasing shirts, in my opinion, you're not thinking about what the future is going to hold for the product.
Correct.
You know, these jeans were longer, and now they're like high water jeans. You know, like I wash them, I don't know any better. You know?
Absolutely.
So it's like you. So we have I have a ton of questions, dude. But can you tell us where it all begins? Like we placed the order with you. Today's the day we're going to start making up a shirt. Where do we start?
Okay.
Where do we go?
So it's real simple. Like, so I made it turnkey. Okay. You can go to our website. You know, you go threadedmerch.com. I made it so you can design it on your phone. So I
Okay.
made an app. It's from scratch. It's my own app. It's not a turnkey template site, anything like that.
Right.
I made it so you can use it on your iPhone because a few years back, there's other websites that use Flash. Well, we know iPhones don't like Flash. So I saw a need there. So what I started doing is I developed my program in HTML5 before a lot of companies were doing that.
Okay.
Okay. So you were able to design it from your iPhone. You know, Android obviously takes Flash. So you can do that, or you can select the product you're looking for, you know, and then you just upload your artwork, and then we'll quote you up, send you a mock-up, and then get you started on that. Or they can give us a call, you know, 1-844-MY-MERCH, or
Okay.
email me at sales@threadedmerch, you know, and I give somebody a consultation. Another problem that people have is they don't have artwork, or they have to little clip art template stuff.
Do you get that a lot? Do you get people who are like, hey, Raul, I need a couple of things from you. I
Yep.
need this. And you're like, sure, give me a template. They're like,
Absolutely.
I don't have anything.
Absolutely.
And then you become the designer.
Yeah.
And you become, you know, the garment and all.
Yep.
Yeah, happens
Yeah,
a lot.
absolutely. So
They have no idea. You got to be the brains. Like,
that's actually one of our strengths. So one of our strengths for us, they're lucky because like a lot of times you have to source it out to another designer.
Right.
So before we were printers, I myself was a designer. I used to work with other companies designing for brands. So I'm able to take that expertise, and from what I learned, that actually works. I ask them a million questions. Like, let's say you're starting a brand right now.
Right.
I ask you a million questions. What's the story of your brand? What are you trying to achieve? Are you trying to sell it as a t-shirt line? Are you an entertainer? Are you a company? Are you just trying to do an event? Is it just a personal thing?
Yeah.
I asked all those questions, and then I started going through the garments. What kind of garments are you into? What do you feel? Like, are you going to be outside? Is it going to be hot? Are you using to throw it away? Are you going to be washing it over and over again? Is there any females that want to have shirts?
Right.
Are they into fitness? Or do they have certain cuts? Because and then I started going through the cottons. Like, there's cotton, heirloom cotton, which is like Gildan's and those kind of brands, right? Then you have different weights. You have the 5.5, you have the 4.6, you have the 6.0 weight heirloom cotton. Then you have the soft ring spun cottons, which are more like brands like American Apparel got known for this, right? So then you have companies that started competing with that brand, like Bella Canvas, Next Level. They have very, very nice soft fabric cotton, ring spun cotton. So someone who just looks at it, they're going to think it's soft, and they're going to confuse it with like a Hanes, which feels soft but it's an heirloom cotton. And when you put it to the light, you're going to be able to see the threads are really loose. And when you put the ring spun cotton, you're going to see the threads are really tight. So if you're out here in the AV, you're going to want a ring spun cotton shirt because it's going to be breathable. Then you have a tri-blend. So like, let's say you're into fitness, you have a 60-40 blend. Right. The 60-40 blend is actually like between polyester, right? Because polyester dries a little quicker, okay? And then you have the ring spun cotton, which is the same. So it's a blend between those. So that's how you get the 60-40. And Next Level and Bella Canvas has some great products for that. We offer that. Okay, then you have the tri-blend, which is the Ryan, which is the polyester, and it's the ring spun cotton. So if you're really into fitness, like CrossFit guys, they're gonna wear that, they're gonna sweat, and it's gonna dry up, almost like a dry wicking shirt. You see the shirt that I have right now, this is a dry wicking polo, because the shop gets hot sometimes. Yep. You don't wanna walk around and all drenched and dressed, Right. So every garment has a purpose. It's just asking the right questions and figuring that out. I take the same approach I take with design when trying to figure out somebody's garment. Ask a million questions, find out what they want, so that when they get the final product, they get exactly what they want.
Yeah, no kidding. Like, whatever they want.
Yeah.
Can you walk us through the first step? Okay. You got we talked about where you go, the website, the app. Mm-hmm. Now it's in your hands. You've designed it. Right. Now you have a shirt. Mm-hmm. The customer left, and now you're about to design it. What's the first step? Can you take us to that? Is it here or back there? Okay. So once we design the shirt, right? We have the film. They approve the order. We're good to go. We design the shirt. We print out the film. We'll walk you to the dark room. Check it out. Oh, it's dark for sure.
Yeah. So we take you to the dark room.
Okay.
And basically, in this room right here, the reason it's a dark light right here, it's because a lot of these screens is photosensitive. So it's like a photography, like a dark room, right? Okay. You can't have it exposed to regular light because then that's how these images get burned. Okay, so we print your images every single color, right? So if you have a 2-color design, 3-color design, we print a film for every single color. So this is essentially a stencil. Okay, then we'll lay it out onto the light box here, right? We would lay it out onto the light box, right? And then we would essentially align it, right? And we would burn it, right? We'll burn it with the registration.
Burn it into this screen right
Exactly.
here.
And then we would compress this, right? We'd put this in there. Once it's aligned, we'll clamp this down. And then essentially, this will start the vacuum. It creates a vacuum, right? So what's going to happen is once the vacuum starts filling in there, we have it preset for a certain time, right? And it varies depending on what kind of mesh we're going to use, okay? And then while that's sealed in there, what's going to happen is we're going to kick on a UV light, right?
That's just sealed on right now.
So that UV light's going to burn the image, right? So essentially, this is basically like the sun hitting it directly, like really intense. Yeah. Back in the days, in the 70s, guys used to leave it out with a piece of glass, and they'll leave it out there for like an hour, right? 45 minutes, sometimes 2 hours, and it was not very calculated, you know? So this is more precise. We burn this like in 45 seconds, and if it's a higher mesh or it's a thicker emulsion, it might be a minute 30, right? So it's a huge difference from how it was back in the days, and it's always consistent through this technology.
Mate, it's like a tanning bed.
Yeah, exactly. You get a tan too while you're at it. You can double it up as a side business. So once that's set up, what happens is we take the screen, right, and then we'll take it to the washout room, and then from the washout room, we would actually drop it in the dip tank, right? And these are actually already pre-burned, pre-exposed, so these are just looking to get reclaimed, right? So essentially, we would just take this, we'll dip it in there just to get them wet. We'll throw on this backlight, and then we just kick on a pressure washer. And with the pressure washer right here, this is what we're going to use, and we just basically wash out the screen. So with the water, what's going to do, it's going to blow out the emulsion from the screen. So at this page, we pretty much already have the machine set up. Okay. We already burned the screen, right?
Right.
Alan was helping us wash it out, you know.
That was cool.
Yeah.
Nice getting Chuck a little bit wet. You're welcome.
So we got it ready inked up. The machine, the flasher's ready to go. Okay. So we're gonna give it the first test run. Just double check. Yeah, let me just double check the alignment here. Okay. So what you're gonna do? Okay. You're gonna hit this button right there.
Okay. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Nice. Just gonna do a couple of passes.
Mm-hmm. And then what you're seeing right here is a heat flasher. Okay. And that's essentially what it's doing. It's carrying the ink, giving it a quick flash, gelling it, preparing it for the next hit.
Okay. Cool. Battery deck. Oh, I got it.
Okay, this is a stop. So I can make it stop right there.
All right. So how has COVID affected your business? This thing is kind of weird.
So basically, COVID it pretty much made us double down on the e-commerce game. Okay. Pretty much our business is 70% e-commerce. Most of the orders, so a lot of the walk-ins, we had to like pretty much the first couple months we had to shut down, and pretty much the retail area we had to stop, close that area down. But we did a lot of local pickups. Okay. We did curbside pickup. Pretty much think UPS, FedEx, and a few other distributors basically helping us ship on time. That's the only reason we've been able to survive. It's just because of e-commerce.
It's cutting down costs a little bit too. Has business been booming at all?
Actually, it has. It has, because in the entertainment industry, like we do a lot of merch for a lot of entertainers. Okay. So a lot of entertainers, essentially, they don't have shows right now. So the big problem they have is they need to double up on their income because they're not making any income on tour. Got it. So they're right now, a lot of them are working on their music, and the only income they have is merch. Got it. You know, so they're creating merch packages, and that's where we come into play.
One of the things you told me behind the camera that I wanted to address here is you told me about Skull Candy.
Yeah.
And how like some of your experience started with them.
Yeah.
Like, dude, that's a huge name.
Yeah.
Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah. So basically, back in the early 2000s, I was with an organization called Xantec. Right. They were in Sylmar. And basically Xantec, if you look up Xantec, they're basically a leader of IR. They used to be owned by a company called Nortec. So basically what they did is they did all the IR products for your televisions, for any electronics, any entertainment companies, right? Skull Candy approached them, you know, and that time I was the art director of that company. Skull Candy approached the product manager, his name was Thule. And Thule, yeah, Thule, Thule. He basically... And he basically was in contact with Skull Candy, and they were looking into doing some booths to start throwing out their product. And Thule basically referred me to help them with the packaging. So they subcontracted me out. Basically, what happened with Skull Candy was they were basically just basic headphones, right? And what made them special at the time was nobody had to push to talk. We're talking a time where like the iPhone was barely dropping, right? There was no, the best thing we had was a Sidekick, and it was a Razr.
So the Nextels.
Yeah, like, exactly. You know, so to have push to talk is like, oh, what? Right. You know, and we can hear music essentially. So they approached me and say, well, can you make it look cool? You know, so I worked on making the 3D CADs, you know, for some of the headphones. And the key thing is the packaging. So once we got a cool headphone, we had to tell a story. Right. Well, nobody knows what push to talk is.
Right.
So that was the challenge. So I had to come up with a way to tell the story in a few seconds. So I came up with the packaging where where you open the package and you would see the push to talk call out, right? With the push to talk button coming out. So when they look at the package, it says open here. They open the tab, they see the push to talk, and they say, oh wow, this is actually a different headphone.
Right.
You know, and then we made the graphics loud because most consumer electronics, you had Sennheiser and a few other brands, and they're very like 2-tone, 3-tones. Yeah, exactly. So we made them really loud to make them stand out, and the demographic was to hit a bunch of kids. You know, the sidekick generation.
Sure.
And that's pretty much from there. It was history, you know?
It took off.
Yeah, took off.
Yeah, but the packaging was a good idea because I think one of the things you stated earlier was how, you know, we rip boxes open and take a look inside.
Yeah, so basically, like, for example, like this is a company I was working with, NVX, right? The owner is Nathaniel Victor. He owns Sonic Electronics. So there was a problem, like, for instance, like there's RCA cables, right? There's a problem with those cables. Like, the consumer picks up a RCA off the shelf, right? And what happens to the manufacturers is they always have to send back packaging, right? It's costing them, you know, shrinkage. So the solution I found was if I make a package where you can open it, right? The consumer could actually touch the RCA, feel it, right? And then put it back, close it with a little magnetic clip, put it right back on the shelf. They don't have to worry about what's going to happen is they're just going to get a plastic, they're going to get the next one and rip open the packaging and get the other one. So this solves the solution of them destroying the packaging, and then essentially it's saving the company money and it gives a nice aesthetic program. Yeah.
Because I've been caught doing that, you know, taking out something out of a package and putting it back in, and so I know how that is, and that's brilliant.
Yeah.
It's incredible. And your journey has led you to here.
Yep.
What's next here?
So going back to the printing, Alan, do me a favor. It's already set up. Hit the squeegee button. Don't blow it up.
I work for Vibe Solar. It's going to take a while to pay that back. This is a non-profit news show, sir.
So what you're seeing right there, it's actually flashing it. So it's gelling the ink, right?
Yeah. That is cool. I can see it. The heat right underneath. How hot do you think that is?
325 degrees.
Okay.
You know, give or take. And then it's pretty much already ready to go. You see that? See the detail?
Oh, wow.
Wow, Alan, you got a feature in screen printing here.
Oh, man. Dude, if it just takes a single button, I'm down. Dude, that's so cool. And then how long does it have to sit?
So once we have it flashed, you know, we just rip it off the press, and then we just walk it over here to the conveyor. This is an oven. We run it in here. So it's going through the process. It's gonna cure by the time it comes out the other side. It's pretty much a freshly printed shirt, freshly baked and good to go.
So typically don't work in the morning. So like a good side hustle would be this. So like, are you guys hiring right now? This is cool, man.
Yeah.
It's really neat because I know it took a while to get from one shirt to the end, but I mean, you're busting out hundreds of shirts in a day.
Yeah.
And you know, this was just to make sure that, you know, things came out perfectly. But 100 shirts, 2, 3, 4. How many shirts have you done most in a single day? What do you think?
3,600 shirts.
3,600 shirts
in one day.
All just one person there.
Yeah.
Just one guy. No, just kidding.
Yeah.
Did this just fall down? Oh, okay. It's like it's a bit of dust. Check it out.
So check it.
Yeah. That's not bad, dude.
Yep.
I love that the detail stays right
Yep.
there.
And if you feel the ink quality, it's really soft.
That's honestly, dude. No cracks, nothing.
No.
I mean, like, and painted well. Dude, this is good stuff.
Yep.
Thank you very much, man.
You got it.
Where can everyone come to follow you? Do orders. You know, you touched on it in the beginning, but let's wrap it up. Where can they order from you, and what do you want the people to know?
Sure. You can visit us at threadedmerch.com.
Okay.
Follow us on Instagram at threadedmerch.com. Okay. Email me at sales@threadedmerch.com if you want a design or you want us to print something out for you guys, get you guys a quote. Or you can even give me a call, 1-844-MY-MERCH. We're located right here at 38462 Sierra Highway, Palmdale, California, 93550. Again, the website is threadedmerch.com. This is your boy Raul Carreon saying.
A lot of our clients watch this show too.
Yeah.
And they have the hoodies, they have the shirts and all of that. So this is the guy. This is who made it happen.
Let's do it.
So awesome, man. Thank you so much, dude. I
appreciate you,
your
man.
time today.
Thank you, man.
Hey, man. Really good to see you. Be safe, and thank you, VVN. We appreciate you guys, and we'll see you next time.